NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, two clear winners on Super Tuesday. We'll explain what the candidates are now focusing on in their race for the White House.
Plus, bundle up. Below average temperatures are taking over much of the state, but will they be sticking around?
And we hear from astronaut Scott Kelly after he spent nearly a year in space. Hello and good morning. I'm Christine Belport.
And I'm Ashley Matthews. In our Decision 2016 coverage, as expected, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are building steam, each with 7 wins.
But was it enough to seal the deal for either of them? NBC's Hallie Jackson reports.
From the Northeast to the Deep South, dominance from Donald Trump, racking up 7 wins and, more importantly, racking up delegates.
I think it's awfully hard to say that's not the person we want to lead the party, right?
Skipping the victory lap for a news conference, Trump sounding mostly gracious.
I want to congratulate Ted on the winning of Texas. He worked hard on it, and I know how hard he worked, actually.
But at times, defiant, dismissing a potential GOP establishment revolt against him.
They can always do that, and then they'll just lose everything, and that would be the work of a loser.
He couldn't resist a dig at Marco Rubio.
He had a tough night.
Who's notching his first and only win in Minnesota.
We've only had 5 days now to explain to people what a con artist Donald Trump is, and you're already seeing the impact across the country. I never said we were going to win or close out this campaign on Super Tuesday. Ted Cruz did.
Ted Cruz winning his home state, Texas, and picking up 2 more victories in Oklahoma and Alaska. To his campaign, a sign this is becoming a 2-man race.
Should somebody drop out?
It is my hope that as a party we come together and say, stop this madness. Do not nominate a candidate who will drive the party off a cliff.
On the Democratic side,
what a Super Tuesday!
Hillary Clinton sweeping the South, plus Massachusetts in Bernie Sanders' backyard. The frontrunner barely mentioning her Democratic competitor, who picked up wins in 4 states. Instead, Clinton's aiming at her potential Republican rival.
That work is not to make America great again. America never stopped being great. We have to make America whole.
Make America great again is going to be much better than making America whole again.
And that was Hallie Jackson reporting. Now on to the weather. Calmer conditions today, but those cold temperatures have once again returned.
I know, man. It's like a bad penny, Charlie.
It is. But pretty soon we'll be dealing with quarters by the early part of next week. Temperatures warming nicely by Monday and Tuesday. But today, on the cool side, 27 for the high. Sunshine now. We will see at least some cloudiness starting to work its way in later in the afternoon. But pretty light winds, so we'll deal with our 27 and move on. A gradual warming trend into the weekend and the first part of next week. High temperatures expected to be near 60 degrees by Tuesday of next week. So something to look forward to at least.
Definitely, Charlie. Thank you. Happening today, a Beloit man accused of killing another man will be in court. 26-year-old Jamal Sharif allegedly shot and killed 29-year-old Cassini Hill in the town of Turtle earlier this year. 28-year-old Marcus Clay was also arrested for the crime. Sharif's arraignment is later this afternoon. The Waushara County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help with an animal abuse investigation. On Monday, the Sheriff's Office received a call about a dead animal hanging from a tree on DNR land in the town of Leon, north of County Highway Q. The animal had been put there within the previous 24 hours. The Sheriff's Office is working with the DNR to determine if the animal is a coyote or dog and the cause of death. Any information, please call the Waushara County Sheriff's Office.
Making news around the nation, the Supreme Court will take up the most important abortion case in 2 decades. It's the first high-profile issue to be heard since Justice Antonin Scalia's death. 8 justices will consider a Texas law that requires doctors performing abortions have admitting privileges at local hospitals. It also requires abortion clinics upgrade their facilities to hospital-like standards, and that law has caused dozens of abortion clinics to close.
A piece of wreckage from a Boeing 777, likely from MH370, was found washed ashore over the weekend on the coast of Mozambique. The debris is on its way to Malaysia for further investigation. A source says there is no record of any other Boeing 777 missing besides flight MH370. The Malaysia Airlines flight disappeared in 2014 with 239 people on board.
Scott Kelly heads to Houston after a record-setting space journey. The American astronaut touched down in Kazakhstan after spending nearly a year in space. Scientists will now have the chance to study the effects of such a long-term space stay. Kelly shared his first thoughts upon landing.
The cold air was amazing. Fresh air is, the air. I don't mean to say it's not fresh on the space station, but it's there's nothing like new cold air coming into the capsule.
It's actually very interesting. You wouldn't think about that. Kelly's identical twin brother, retired astronaut Mark Kelly, offered his body for testing here on Earth. It will allow doctors and scientists a chance for a side-by-side comparison of the genetic doubles.